What's up?
Yeah, you guys finally made it. You finally made it to me. It only took you, I don't know, 20 minutes to get to me. You run me down for the first part of the show. No. You run me down for the first part of the show. You put over NXT, Bronson Reed, Raw, Rhea Ripley, Kofi Kingston, everybody else, and all you want to do is talk bad about me. When I'm the reason that your show still exists. You understand that, right? You would have got this off on the wrong foot with somebody else. The show would be done. But you started the right way, and here you are 100 episodes later. Where's my congratulations? I've got no congratulations. I'm hearing nothing but
Thank you, Seth. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seth. Set the tone.
Why do I have to beg for this? This should be obvious. I shouldn't have to pander to you to cheer for me to understand what I'm worth to this show and to WWE as a whole. I'm pretty upset about the fact that I had to wait through all this nonsense. So let's get to the stuff. Let's get to the business. What do you got? What kind of crap do you got? Come on.
I would like to say, Seth, I do want to say congratulations for being chosen to be on such an iconic episode of WWE's The Vote.
That was Kayla's statement.
Welcome. Okay.
I'm real close to turning this thing off.
It's a 2-hour show.
We need you for the ratings, man. We need you for the ratings.
All right, we're going to get right into things.
Yeah, Rollins equals ratings. See SmackDown a few weeks ago? Me and Cesaro, ratings huge. Last week, going to WrestleMania Backlash, ratings not so big. No Rollins on the show. All right? Just remember that.
Well,
We got you.
We're going to talk about that, okay? We do want to break down a lot about what happened at WrestleMania Backlash, including the appearance that you did make. But just first and foremost, dude, we got to ask you, what was up with the attack on Cesaro after his match with Roman Reigns? Like, what was the reason for that?
The man gets what he deserves. He's cheated to beat me 2 times now. Once at WrestleMania, took advantage of a rain delay. Second, on SmackDown a few weeks ago, when he used the help of the Usos. Cesaro claims to be this high and mighty, I'm a pro wrestler, I live and die by pro wrestling, I love it. Well, maybe do the right thing. Because if I don't get super kicked in the face by Jimmy Uso, Cesaro doesn't even get a title match at WrestleMania Backlash, all right? You got to understand that. So he wants to mosey along like he earns everything, that he's the hardest worker in the room. No, I'm the hardest worker in the room. I own 2 coffee shops. I own a wrestling school. I show up there to work every single week. I'm the one who carries this show on my back, not Cesaro. He's not the hardest worker in the room. Understand that, all right? And so he goes out there and he has his classic match against Roman Reigns, can't get the job done, and I made an example out of him. I don't like the guy. We go back a long way. He's not the same person he used to be. He's changed. Everything about him's changed, and I need to put an end to it, period. That's why I did what I did. That's why I hurt his arm. Hopefully, that's the message he needs. Previously, he didn't seem to understand. He got away with a couple free runs. This one, not free. That wing's going to be clipped for some time, and I hope he understands it's only going to get worse if he keeps things up.
Woo.
Wow. Mr. Rollins, considering the beef with Cesaro, did part of you kind of want him to win that title against the great Roman Reigns so you could take that title away from him?
Oh, anytime I can bring Cesaro down a peg or two, absolutely, 100%. But I got the job done. I mean, he came down a lot of pegs. Look, he thought he was main event material. He thought he was Universal Championship material. He's not. Clearly, he showed that. Got beat, got bested by Roman Reigns, got dominated by Jey Uso, and then got hurt by me. So he went from top of the mountain to bottom of the bottom. He's pretty much useless at this point. I hope he understands that. Hope he really understands his self-worth now after all this. Maybe he'd be good. Maybe he'd be a great trainer at NXT. Maybe he leaves SmackDown, go to NXT, be with his wife, train the talent, teach him how to do wrist locks, teach him how to do headlocks, teach him how to follow their little dreams. Sounds great. That's what he should do. That sounds like a great spot for Cesaro.
All right, big words. Okay. Mr. Rollins, you mentioned Roman Reigns there. At the end of WrestleMania Backlash, before the attack on Cesaro, you and Roman shared a glance. You smiled. He left. Is there a working relationship between you and Roman right now, or did you strictly do that on your own accord?
Well, no, come on. Roman and I, we don't need to have a working relationship. You know our history. You know everything that's gone on between us. We don't need to have a working relationship to be on the same page, especially when it concerns Cesaro. Come on now. That's telepathy, man. That's Sixth Sense stuff. We know how that goes. We're up here. Cesaro's down here. That's just how it is. There's no conversation that needs to be had between myself and Roman Reigns to dictate what needs to go on when it comes to Cesaro.
Well, speaking of Roman Reigns, what do you make of this ongoing family drama between he and the Usos right now?
Well, if I wasn't caught up in the middle of it, I wouldn't make anything of it. But, like I said a few weeks ago, if his cousins don't stay out of my business, I'm going to make it my business to shut them up the same way I did to Cesaro. So, it seems to me he's got one of them under control. Now, if he wants to get Jimmy on the same page as Jay and the rest of the family, respect. And I'm going to give him the opportunity to do that just as I know he would to me. But like I told him, straight up, I don't care who you are, head of the table, tribal chief, you're my brother. You're Roman Reigns. When we're face to face, we're equals, my friend. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to get what you need to do done with your family. That's your business. If it happens again, we'll run into trouble.
Seth, you mentioned your history. We know it well. You've had a lot of success in your past with people watching your back and by your side. And as we've seen with Roman Reigns at the head of the table, he has Paul Heyman, for the most part, Jey Uso, and all of that success that he's had. Does that give you maybe even more reason for you to push for others to embrace the vision?
Well, I mean, I have had a clear path to success everywhere I've gone in my career. SmackDown, Raw, NXT, Ring of Honor, anywhere in the independent circuit, it doesn't matter. Wherever I've gone, I've been successful. And so if you're out there and you're wondering, should I embrace the vision? What is embrace the vision? Embrace the vision means understanding what success looks like, understanding what it means to get to the next level. And I take these places that I've gone, the people that I've been in the ring with, and I take them to the next level. I bring them up. Case and point. You mentioned earlier, while you were running me down, Dominic and Rey Mysterio, first ever father-son tag team champions.
Yeah.
Now, who do you think is responsible for that?
Seth Rollins.
Exactly. Thank you. Who brought Dominic into this business? Who gave him his very first match at SummerSlam on a huge stage and helped him deliver? I made that kid the man that he is today. I primed the seal, and that's why they're tag team champions, finally, after everything that I've given to them. And that's just a small example. So embrace the vision, and maybe you could be like Dominic.